Coming up a little bit later on the 5-minute book review, we're going to take a look at, up till now, the autobiography by funny man William Shatner. Is that what he does? I don't know. Today on the 5-minute book review with Curtis and Ian, we boldly go where no man has gone before. Jeez, that was lame. Okay, I'm talking about William Shatner's autobiography, Up Till Now. Say what you want about Mr. Shatner, and we're about to, but the man works hard. Coin toss to start, and Ian is the winner.
5-minute book review with Curtis and Ian. Today we're talking about William Shatner's Up Till Now. I want to read you just a quick bit of the blurb off the back to give you an idea what you're in for. This is the first couple sentences. After almost 60 years as an actor, William Shatner has become one of the most beloved entertainers in the world. It's a bold statement right there. Don't get me wrong, I love William Shatner. He's crazy, in a good way, but he's crazy. Reading this book is an experience I can't fully describe. It's like you're there talking to Shatner about his life in a disjointed conversation that seems to flow back and forth through different parts of time until you're very confused and befuddled. But you really, really enjoy it while it happens. The man, I don't know about the most entertaining person in the world, but man, he is interesting. Crazy.
Here's a fun fact about this book. When we first sat down, first week number 1 to do the book review, we reviewed Chuck Klosterman's Sex, Drugs, and Cocoa Puffs. We made a list of books we should read for further do these episodes. This was one of the ones Ian gave me on week 1. It took me this long to read it because I did not like this man. Not a fan of William Shatner. I only know him through Star Trek. Not a fan of Star Trek, not a fan of science fiction, not a fan of Star Wars. Try to keep away from that stuff, so I was really dreading reading this book. It surprised me. I'm not a fan of William Shatner. I kind of am after I read this book. It's not easy for me to do a 180 on someone. I did a 180 on William Shatner. This is someone I respect now after reading this book, to be honest. This is not at all what I expected. I had no idea Star Trek was such a small part of his life that just kind of kept repeating on and opening more avenues that he took advantage of. I mean, this really one of the smartest actors alive, and I've read a lot of actors' bios. Hardest working man in show business. I mean, this is an incredible, entertaining book, Ian.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think what surprised me the most about it, I mean, again, he's a wacky dude, but what impressed me and surprised me the most about it was his discussion of, like, sort of the business of his life. Like you said, he took Star Trek, what he did with it, the avenues it opened for him, and as you very well put, it's a small part of his life. And it's a massive part to so many people, but inside his own world, over his 60 years as an actor, it's a very small portion of that. And I think just reading about the business was interesting, reading about his part of it.
I assumed this was going to be a book about Star Trek, and that's what took me so long to read it, and it wasn't at all. He's brutally honest in parts, he's funny in parts, it flows, it works. You know, you can compare this book to such things as like an episode of like Scrubs or 6 Feet Under, where they master that line of like, you're laughing, then you're really sad, then you're laughing again, and you just don't know what's coming next, and it's a roller coaster ride, and you don't get that from a lot of books. This book, however, it really paid off. Ian, thanks for telling me to read this one. Again, not a fan of William Shatner, but really enjoyed reading about Boston Legal, T.J. Hooker, stuff that I never, ever watched.
He's been a part of so many things over the years, like a huge number of popular TV shows at this point. I mean, if you want to count Rescue 911 in that too, I mean, that's another big TV show he's a part of. Again, there was points when I was reading I felt like I was a little all over the map, partially because he has done so much in his life, and this isn't exactly a massive book. Like, trying to pack in his life into one book, it's a shoehorn event right there. Like, he's just jamming the stuff in there, but still
If you're ever going to read a book where, like, the first part, the first chapter, the foreword just kicks you in the stomach and doesn't let go, to this one. I mean, you talk about being all over the map, he hits you with everything in the first, like, 8 pages, and you're just like, oh, God, I'm not putting this down. You know, he's arguing with himself on how to start the book, and it's brilliant. He's like, do I start with this? Do I start with When I Wet the Monkey? Do I start it with this? It's really a really good read. Even if you don't care about William Shatner or know anything about it, thumbs up for this one, Ian.
Straight up, yeah, thumbs up.